What's up, fight fans? In today's video, the tension around a potential super fight between Islam Makhachev and Ilia Topuria is heating up like never before. Guys, this is getting serious. Dana White sent his right-hand man Hunter Campbell straight to Dagestan for face-to-face talks with Islam Makhachev. And honestly, that was a brilliant move by the UFC, and we'll explain why.
That's what I'm talking about. This shit means something to me, man.
Meanwhile, the lightweight champ is training with legends, including Zabit Magomedsharipov, which has fans thinking he's sharpening his striking for a Topuria showdown. But that's not all. Dricus du Plessis just clapped back at Khamzat Chimaev, who says he's preparing for the kill. And over in the welterweight division, things are getting heated between Belal Muhammad and Kamaru Usman, with real bad blood brewing behind the scenes. So without further ado, let's get started. With UFC 315 coming up soon, most fans thought we wouldn't hear anything big about Islam's next move until after the main event between Belal Muhammad and Jack Della Maddalena. But the UFC looks ready to spend big money to make the Islam Makhachev versus Ilia Topuria superfight happen. Even UFC commentator Laura Sanko recently said in an interview, the UFC really wants to book Makhachev versus Topuria, and they're willing to do whatever it takes financially to make that fight happen.
I think that the UFC really wants Islam versus Topuria, and I think that they will do whatever it takes to make that fight happen financially.
Then came something unexpected. One of the top UFC bosses, Hunter Campbell, flew out to Dagestan to meet Islam and his manager. Not Las Vegas, not Abu Dhabi, but Dagestan. And honestly, that was a genius move. Short trip, but long day for our guest Hunter in Dagestan. Canyon, mountains, and of course Papaka coffee. It was great to see and host you here, brother. Makhachev's manager, Rizvan Magomedov, wrote on Instagram along with a picture of him, Hunter, and Makhachev in Dagestan. Guys, Dagestanis, Chechens, Georgians, people from the Caucasus, are incredibly hospitable. Welcoming guests with respect is a big part of their culture. They'll go out of their way to treat a guest right, so when a guest shows up, especially someone important, they feel honor-bound to respond. And in this case, it wasn't just any guest, it was Hunter Campbell, one of the biggest names behind the scenes in the UFC. Trust me, Makhachev is not gonna let him leave empty-handed. That would be seen as disrespect. Just look at the pictures. Everyone looks happy. It sounds like they came to some kind of agreement. Right now, the UFC needs a huge fight. There's no more McGregor magic. Khabib is retired. Views are down. The company needs a spark. And that spark might be Makhachev versus Topuria, La Legenda, one of the fastest rising stars in the game right now. Now imagine pairing him with Makhachev, one of the UFC's biggest names. That would be a pay-per-view goldmine. The fans would absolutely lose their minds over that fight. But here's the big question. Does Islam want this fight? He's not someone who chases money or fame. He cares about his legacy, his team, and doing things the right way. But on the other hand, it seems that the lightweight king has started preparing seriously for the fight. Recently, Black Belt MMA posted a photo showing Islam Makhachev training with Zabit Magomedsharipov in Azerbaijan. He's been working out at Buka Gym and also training with Yusuf Raisov, a well-respected Chechen lightweight. The post even hinted that Islam might be sharpening his striking with Zabit, possibly preparing for someone like Ilia Topuria. Could these guys be getting ready to put on one of the greatest fights in UFC history? Honestly, it feels like this is really happening, guys. The UFC wants it, the fans want it, but the final word, that belongs to Islam Makhachev. Or maybe it belongs to Khabib? Because if Khabib doesn't give the green light, you better believe Islam won't either. So let's all keep our fingers crossed and hope we don't jinx it. Meanwhile, a recent photo of Topuria sparked a wave of reactions online. Some fans think he looks way too big for 155 pounds, while others argue he looks smaller than expected. Absolutely no way he's 180 pounds in the off-season. Maybe he is 182 pounds after all. Fuck, he's small. Oh my goodness, he's so big. He's looking really little. He looks good, great shape. And even Islam better not take the fight if he doesn't want to go to sleep. Either way, fans are fired up, and the hype around this potential matchup just keeps growing. Another huge fight the UFC could put together right now is Khamzat Chimaev versus Dricus du Plessis. Honestly, it might be one of the best fights possible in the sport at the moment. We all know it's coming soon, but the UFC hasn't officially locked in a date yet. There were rumors it could happen during UFC 317 at International Fight Week in late June, but Dana White recently said that, yes, the fight is happening, just not on June 28th, and the hype is already building. Khamzat Chimaev recently said, "Let them prep for war. I'm prepping for murder." But Du Plessis isn't fazed at all. He just laughed it off and made a joke out of it, writing on Instagram, "Wow, that's a first. Shakespeare in the house." The back and forth just makes this fight even bigger. Fans can't wait. Also, Garry breaks down his recent victory over Prates.
Ilia Shadow Garry breaks down Ilia Shadow Garry. Carlos Prates' biggest weapon is his left hand. So my plan was to make him think that I'm going to try head kick him so that he keeps bringing his hand up, so I make him block with his left hand, meaning that he's thinking about defending, not throwing. You can see his coach saying, "Bring your hand up, he's just looking to kick you on the head." Thank you for telling him to do that. I out-nerded the nerds. I love that the commentators understood the takedowns. I wasn't really hunting it, I wasn't really going for it, but you can watch Carlos Prates' whole body drop when he wants to be aggressive. Every time he did that, boom, take a leg, make him reset everything. That's the check I think I broke his foot with.
Get it up there.
Drop, crack, hey. He started to kick more in the third. Ooh. He was closing up when I was beating him with speed, so I was ding ding, boom, 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 boom. Come on, get up out him. Hey, head kick, beautiful. Oh! Carlos lands a beautiful jab, all right, beautiful. What happens? I come back and smack him one even better than he smacked me with his whole head shift, beautiful. Whoop, slit the kick, no, still good. Going into that fifth round, I felt like I had a wounded animal stood across the octagon from me, and they're far more dangerous. Keep your hands high, keep everything sharp, keep everything moving, beautiful jab. Yeah, beautiful jab, control it, oh, beautiful 1-2, boom, boom, boom. Oh, swing it, oh, that right hand cracked him, and then he got even more dangerous again. Boom, 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 hook, uppercut, keep him there in. We're a minute and 20 seconds left in the fifth round, and up until this point, I have completely dominated him. I made one error. I shot a sloppy takedown, and we rolled and he reversed. That's all it takes sometimes in this game. Ah, fucking idiot. He was just trying to land heavy hammer fist. Here he is, he lands 2 big ones in a row. I'm like, right, I gotta get out of here. So here, he starts putting his hands on my back. Obviously there's been a rule change, so there's 3 points of contact. I thought he was gonna throw a kick or a knee, so I drop straight back down to my hip. I'm like, right, be smart. He starts loading punches. I'm like, cool, keep your legs, grab a hold of his leg, keep fighting. Defending, grab a leg again, keep him moving. Go back to the leg, grab it. I was tired at this point. I've got blood spewing out my nose. 17 seconds left, he stands away. That's it. You blew your shot, mate. Can't get anything more. And there it is. That was a fun fight. That was a great fight. I looked f***ing amazing.
Can you say something? Hello? Can you win on the feet?
We can.
Oh,
Everyone.
Say thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
Thank you more.
Merci beaucoup.
Merci beaucoup.
Enjoy.
He's the best.
Take these.
Thank you. Oh, a gift. Thank you.
You gave him a gift? What did you give him? I say, I hope you enjoy them.
Tension is rising between Belal Muhammad and Kamaru Usman.
Kamaru Usman.
Things are heating up fast after Usman recently said that security might be needed if he sees Belal backstage at a UFC event.
You guys were like backstage at a UFC event that neither of you were competing on, the security would need to be aware of where you are? Does it like rise to that level?
Probably.
Wow.
Yeah, because I would say, I say that only because obviously I'm very level-headed and especially when I'm outside of the cage. But for the last almost 2 years now, year and a half, I haven't been in the thick of it. There's a transition when you're not in it, because and people can't, they expect us to be these fighters and we're always on go mode, to where when I'm outside of the cage, people are like, why are you so calm? You're a scary fighter, but I'm not like that. And so when you're in the thick of it, you're on alert all the time. And even me and George St. Pierre, we had this conversation where he expressed that to me. He's like, when you're in it, you're always this defensive guy. And I hadn't been that for a while, but now that I'm back in the thick of it, yeah, you probably have to have security back there with us.
On a recent podcast appearance, Belal shared what really happened between them.
And you're not gonna want to put it out there.
What happened?
We were on this podcast, and Henry Cejudo was like, how does it feel to be champion? And you're at the top now. And I'm like, it feels good right now because everybody wants to listen to you. Everybody thinks you're the champ. Usman's like, I was a champ too. It's like, yeah, but you're not the champ anymore. And then he just couldn't let it go. He's like, but I'm right there. I was like, nah, bro, you're on a 3-fight losing streak. And he's like, I still had the belt. And I was like, I'm the champion now. But he just couldn't give me my props, right?
Oh.
It was just one of those where he was just like, but anything you do, I do better than you. And then I was like, but you didn't take the head kick better than me. And I think that just triggered him, where he was just like, I don't play these games, man. It's on sight when people talk like that. And I was like, we're right in front of each other on sight. So then,
you guys did it in person?
Yeah, it was in person.
Oh, because they do it over Zoom sometimes too.
No, this was in person. Yeah.
Oh, shit.
We had the same manager, right?
Yeah.
Ali was like,
Ali's the GOAT.
Bro, yeah, he's the man. And when he told me to go do their podcast, I was like, are you sure? He said, no, brother, it's gonna be professional. It's gonna be this. You're good. I was like, bro, it doesn't matter to me. I'm the champ. I don't really care. I'll go on the podcast. And then, Henry Cejudo twisted his ankle, had to break it up, but
oh, you guys actually got into a physical?
Yeah, but
have you guys said that publicly ever or no?
Yeah, I think I didn't know put that out there, but like I said, they had the footage, right? Maybe he's waiting to
so you guys actually got into it. I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Corey Sandhagen responds to critics saying he doesn't deserve a title shot.
Oh, hey there.
You again?
Well, I just want to tell you that I think that you did a really good job this weekend.
Oh, alright, well, thank you.
But I also think that you don't even deserve a title shot still. You don't even deserve a title shot because last time you lost to Umar still. Yeah, Umar whooped you.
Well,
yeah, that's how the sport should be, because you shouldn't be able to fight for a title after you just lost to someone that just also lost for a title. And guess what? You know what else? Perry also whooped you, and he whooped you on October 22nd in 2001, and that was not even that long ago. So he deserves a title shot even way more than you do. Even way more than you do.
Yeah, dude, but I was winning that fight all the way up until I got knocked down, so that's not even a good argument.
Yeah, I remember because the one thing that hit you, it was like a spinning back fist and a punch afterwards, and knocked you down and you look like a stupid idiot when you did that.
Are you done, dude? Can you just get out of here?
Yeah, well, I'll leave when you finally admit that you don't even actually deserve that title shot.
No, dude, go f yourself. I do deserve it.
Say it!
How about I f you up?
Oh, you hit me! Mom says that you're not allowed to hit me ever in the face!
Yeah, that was pretty funny. But if you enjoyed today's video, don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel. Thanks in advance.